Now it's just about 6:15, and time now for what's trending. A Japanese company has successfully tested a manned flying car. Actually, for the first time, the company's SkyDrive held a public demonstration last Tuesday, manned with a pilot, and it took off and circled a test field for about 4 minutes before landing. Named SD-03, the car has 8 motors for safety and takes up about the space of 2 parked cars. The company's CEO said in a statement they want flying cars to be a safe, secure, and comfortable new way of life in the future. The company says they'll continue to develop technologies to safely and securely launch the flying car in 2023. Now, in the meantime, more tests will be conducted to ensure its safety and technology meets industry standard. And Devin, I don't know what you think about this, but I was expecting flying cars in like 2015 from Back to the Future and everything growing up. It's really cool to see this happening, but it definitely looks a lot different than what I expected. To me, it looks more like a big drone almost.
Yeah, it does kind of look like a drone at first. I had to take a closer look and be like, is that actually human size at first?
Yeah.
But this also makes you think of another cartoon. You want to know what that cartoon is?
What?
The Jetsons.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Way back when. I don't, honestly, to be bad, I remember seeing all the promos and stuff for the show, like when I was a child, but I don't know if I ever saw an episode. So for those of you that know the Jetsons, feel free to boo at me because I got some catching up to do in the classic cartoons department. Yes, people in the back are booing at me too. So our next story has to do with Disney World. For the first time ever, guests at the Disney's Magic Kingdom can wear their Halloween costumes during regular business hours. Why wasn't this a thing sooner? The theme park canceled its after-hours Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party because of COVID-19. So from September 15th to October 31st, guests can participate in the holiday fun with costumes, themed foods, and merchandise. That sounds like fun. There are some restrictions though. No one older than 14 can wear a full face costume.
Aw, sorry, Devin.
I know, gosh darn it. I guess I can dress up like what I'm doing on the morning show, right, as a meteorologist.
So there you go.
Also, all guests must still wear a face covering during their visit, so maybe decorate those face coverings too. The park will be offering seasonal food items as well, like pumpkin spice waffle sundaes and that poison apple cupcake, don't fall asleep, which will be sold at the Pinocchio Village House. Peter, oh, I love that story. I mean, with all that's going on, you gotta get creative in 2020 with the pandemic going on, because what we're used to, kind of not the norm, at least for this year, at least so we get that darn pandemic out of here.
That's right. Yeah, it's good to see them finding new ways to make an already amazing visit even that much more fun. Devin, let's just say you're 14 years old, you're going to Disney. What's the costume you're going to put on?
Oh shoot. I know when I trick-or-treated, my parents made a lot of homemade costumes when I enjoyed it. Of course, you know what, let's just go old school here. Let's just do Scooby-Doo.
Okay, so I have, my stepdad made me an amazing Buzz Lightyear costume when Toy Story came out. Before there were any Toy Story themed costumes out, and I really wanted to be Buzz Lightyear, so I would have to probably dig that one up and throw it on.
Yeah, hopefully, it probably doesn't fit much anymore either, because we got bigger since those years too.
Yeah, well, another story here, raging winds, rain leaking through windows, no AC or water, and despite these hurricane conditions, nurses and other staff at Lake Charles, Louisiana Hospital kept their most critical baby patients safe and sound. That's right, the team of 20 stayed behind while Hurricane Laura tore through the city. They cared for 19 babies in their NICU, and some of them were on respirators and ventilators, and others had been born extremely premature. Many of the infants had been at the town's smaller women's hospital. They had to be transported through rough conditions to the larger facility where they rode out the storm. The babies have since been transferred to other hospitals across the state because the hospital was still without water as of Thursday night. So, Devin, this is just an amazing story here. So great to see these grown people just risking their lives for these babies.
I know, and you got to. I mean, these are our wonderful health professionals that have been through so much already this year. And here they are surprising us again with wonderful acts of kindness to keep babies born premature safe. I mean, this hurricane definitely is going to be remembered by many. I remember seeing a picture out of Louisiana of, I think it's a Capital One building, if I remember off the top of my head. Many windows shattered. This is definitely going to be a memorable storm, maybe even a record-setting storm too.